so much powder. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and today I am going to give you so much information. I've got so many new powders from the drugstore, and then I'm going to throw in my 2 cents and my opinion on a few things that might be controversial, but they don't have to be, and I'm not trying to be controversial. I was at Target. I noticed the drugstore, you guys, was it just, have your stores been just like, some stores have been so sad where it looks like the apocalypse, like there is nothing on the shelves. I think that was I think it was CoverGirl at Target. It was like, is something going down? Because everything was empty, and then finally it looked like everything just got restocked, and I was like, thank you, thank you. I think we're okay. The universe is going to be okay. So I noticed that they had a new packaging for their loose powder. So it looks very similar to the old formula, but it did have, like, on the little cardboard hanging thing, it said new. And I noticed it said now talc-free and fragrance-free. Ah, yes. So for me, the talc-free thing, which I will address that in just a second, the talc-free thing is like, that's great, but it's the fragrance. I don't want fragrance in things, and you guys know this. I am not against fragrances. I wear fragrance. I don't mind things that are fragrance. My body wash is fragrance. Body lotion, great, great. Hair product, great. I don't care if it's synthetic or natural, but because I have rosacea, sensitive, triggered skin, when you have a fragrance, and because fragrances are proprietary, they don't have to list all the ingredients, because it's kind of like Lab Muffin Beauty was talking about this, and it's like flavors. Like Coca-Cola doesn't divulge the flavor formula, and so a brand doesn't have to divulge their fragrance formula. But there are fragrance kind of regulation councils that do make sure that ingredients that go in our products that are fragrance are all safe. Okay. Now, I will say this, my first critique of this container is I don't like the lid. The lid is just, it pops on and off. And for me, whenever that happens, I will usually spill powder. Like, I'll pull it off, there's like a little bit of a vacuum created, and then poof, powder everywhere. But I'm a klutz, so CoverGirl, maybe next time, make it like a screw top. So I love the velvet puff that comes in here. I am just such a sucker for a velvet, some, you know, kind of soft velour puff. And I love that there's one in here. This is shade light, and it has, like, you can see just a bit of a pigment to it. There's the sticker that covers the holes, and then, you know, you put it in the shaker, you shake it, and I shake it in the lid, and then you can use the puff, you can use a brush. Let's do the palm trick. So I like to take powder and I like to just smear it in the palm of my hand. And then basically, if it looks like it's settling into lines, or if it looks like it has any sheen to it, the sheen scale, you guys, if you're new, there's a sheen scale. So anything that has kind of a luminosity, the subtlety of it. So if it's Charlie Sheen, that is very obvious, very dramatic, very bold. Martin Sheen is like in the middle, kind of a moderate. And then Emilio Estevez is like, I changed my name from Sheen, so I am a Sheen, but I am so kind of disguised as not a Sheen. I know. Okay, so here we go. So I think this is definitely no sheen, and it's borderline almost powdery on the palm of my hand. But I think it's still, I don't think it's a problem product. I'm going to take a powder brush. I am not wearing any powder. I am wearing L'Oreal foundation, and I am wearing this new Physicians Formula Butter Glow, and I'm wearing it over my foundation, and look at that. That's just a quick aside, but this is gorgeous. So also scented, so not my favorite because of the scent, but I looked past it and I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna say the word, you guys. Hollywood Flawless Filter dupe. Like, honestly, it's, yeah. Okay, back to what we were talking about. So let's do a bit of some powder along it and just see how we set. I have like 7 powders here and I have 1 face, so I don't know how many how I'm going to be able to really demonstrate this, all of them, but it's good. It's a very like good job, CoverGirl. I like this. I like that it has just a nice softness to it. It doesn't add a bunch of anything. I don't think it looks powdery or chalky over what I'm wearing. And you know, that is a quick, a lot of times powders, that was an easy test. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, like that wasn't hard. Now let's talk about Wet n Wild. They have a sort of pamper little line. I really love this powder that they just came out with, and I hope that they keep it in their main selection because they always come up with all kinds of launches and things are very limited edition. It doesn't say on here limited edition, so I'm hoping. It's 5 in 1, essence, primer, and finish. Essence, primer, and finish. Now, I am not going to put a whole lot into my powder from Wet n Wild. No offense, Wet n Wild, I love you. But I'm not looking for an essence in my finishing powder. But what I do want is I want something very soft and looks nice that my makeup just either wears longer, doesn't look crepey, doesn't crack or travel. So I'm going to take a soft, I'm actually going to take my eyeshadow brush. No, I'm going to take this brush right here, I think. Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay, so I am going to take this just comes in 1 shade, and the primary ingredients in here are mica, silica, zinc stearate, dimethicone, etc., etc. Malachite. Ooh, sounds biblical. Okay. So here we are. You know what, folks? I feel blind, so if it's okay with you, I'm gonna turn my light up a little brighter. I'll turn it down so I can see. I can show you the definition later, but I can't see. I can't see. Okay, so let's. It's got a bit of a white cast to it. You know, it's a bit ashy, but that's, you know, not necessarily permanent. Okay. Ooh, but I feel like it does diffuse. It diffuses the darkness, diffuses the darkness, and it looks nice. It doesn't, yeah, you know, I mean, I got lines. And it doesn't look like, oh gosh, chalky, you know. I like it. I think I like everything here, you guys. Spoiler, I think I like all the powders. Another one that really reminds me of that is from Makeup Revolution. So Revolution Beauty has a pressed powder. They have several shades of this, I noticed, and I got translucent. This one is primarily ingredients, mica. Ooh, that's teeny tiny print. So this product, oh, I didn't do the, okay, hang on, we didn't do the test. Let's go back to Wet n Wild. Let's go Wet n Wild. You feel nice. How are you? I really feel like no sheen, looks powdery, not terrible. So yeah, it definitely, that might warm to the skin, but it doesn't look sensational on my palm. Like it's not, it just looks like powder. It just looks like powder. Okay, there you go. Back to the Revolution Beauty. All right, I'm gonna take my same brush and then I'm just gonna dab in here. Making sure I don't have any creases from my concealer. Brighter. So it says translucent, but it's definitely like a brighter translucent. That could be the ingredients, this Frugalistablog, whatever, you know, it's called. I mean, the stuff that makes things look nice on the skin. Mica. Okay, I like that. All right, you guys. I like that. That's nice. Okay, let's take a little diversion and talk about what I wanted to say regarding talc. So talc, I know there will be people coming at me. I know that everyone who has that EWG app is like, no, it's bad. And honestly, the EWG, I just want you to know that is an app, that is a organization, that is not a medical, there is no kind of oversight to that group. So if you want to look at something that an actual peer review study came out with clinical trial data, etc., the results say talc overall is safe in cosmetics and skincare if used accordingly, because we're using it, we're not ingesting it, you're not snorting it, you're not rubbing it in your mouth or your eyeballs, you know, you're putting it on the skin, and it's in small amounts. Also, it is asbestos free. Do your Google, do your homework, just like I did. We don't have research. When we say, I'm going to do my research, honestly, you guys, you're just doing Google, okay? You're just looking up articles, and because we don't have labs, we're not PhDs. So, you know, our research is Google. What I just want to say is I feel comfortable personally using products with talc, and some of you don't, and I'm okay with that, and I'm not here to tell you use talc. That's not the point. My point is to say we don't have to be afraid, and don't listen to fear-mongering. When you do your Google, read several articles, you know, think critically, look to see where the article is coming from. You know, obviously if it's Johnson & Johnson, they're going to do a lot to make themselves look good. But then if it's the EWG or some other alternate that's also trying to kind of be this like natural promoter, think of that too. Okay, but every time we look at an ingredient and we fearmonger around that ingredient, we kind of make that ingredient the evil one, we say don't use it, it's bad, or anything like that, and then you get a new ingredient. And that new ingredient, and it's not new because it's in everything, but what I'm seeing it predominantly now in powders is mica. And I'm just here to say really quick, mica isn't our hero. We need to be careful about mica. Mica is mined in pretty much Madagascar and Eastern African countries. The problem is it's a child labor issue. It is sourced, it is mined by children earning pennies a day. Even if it was mined by adults earning pennies a day, I'm not okay with it. So it's kind of a sweatshop ingredient of cosmetics. And as we are really broadening our awareness and our activism, especially like where our money goes, and I'm not saying boycott everything with mica, let's try to do our part in making sure corporations, and we've got some practices that are humane, that are of standards, and you know, and that we want companies to know this. I'm just saying be careful, because every time you get rid of one, another one comes along. Okay, so yeah, please don't freak out and just be careful. But right now I can tell, I mean, I'm looking into the crystal ball and it says everything is going talc-free, and freaking out. And I just want to be careful that we don't freak out. If you want to look on sources that are very helpful and have actual chemistry degrees or doctor degrees to give you the breakdown of it, Dr. Dre and Lab Muffin Beauty are my two favorite. They just are so good in explaining things and talking us off the ledge. So I'll link them. And now back to our program. Now e.l.f. has made a Halo Glow powder, and I know that they had kind of a glow powder before, but I really do think this is in partnership to the Halo Glow liquid. This is gorgeous. Number one ingredient is mica. So it comes in different shades. I found this at Target. I was like, whoa, what? Now this is going to have a sheen. Are you ready? It's still very powdery though, but look at how soft. I don't know if you can tell, but what I see in person is it just kind of went right over the skin. It's not emphasizing any lines. It's got a very, very subtle reflection, not lots of pearl, not lots of texture or particles. It's very soft. This is going to be good, you guys. I'm telling you, this is going to, people are going to freak out. This stuff is good. Wait for Bethany Frankel to just like freak out on her Instagram with this. If you see it in the store, buy it. I'm like your day trader. I got a tip on a stock. You better go get it. No, I don't know. All right. Now it's funny, I'm putting kind of glow on glow because I have that Physicians Formula right here, but let's do it. Okay. Ooh, I look very dewy. I feel very dewy actually. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna put a lot on. Oh, it kind of killed my contour. Wow, yeah. Okay. Ooh, do you see? That is, I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna turn down that light. She's glowing like, yeah, wow. Here, let's rub out my creases. Nice. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah. I don't think it's emphasizing texture. I have a little bit of some redness, a little bit of bumps, but I think it looks really pretty. Yeah. If you don't like the feel of luminosity on the skin and dewy complexion products, but you want to kind of have that lit from within look, you will probably really enjoy this because it's going to help control the oil output, but just look really nice. So, and actually, I think this side still looks good too. I think the CoverGirl is a very basic powder. Both the Wet n Wild and the Makeup Revolution are very nice, very easygoing, very affordable, work great for setting concealer. Definitely. The Makeup Revolution is lighter. It comes up lighter. So if you are a dark skin, don't get translucent. Yeah. All right. Now, you guys know I already have raved about this Revolution, the IRL, the in real life filter, both the loose and the pressed. Fabulous. This is $10. I love it. And Milani, their Conceal and Perfect, this loose powder, this has a bit of pigment. So better for maybe darker skins too, because it won't show up ashy. Gorgeous. Love it. So lots of good powders, all talc-free. Yeah, so let me know what you think, and there you go. I will list everything in the description box that I talked about today, including other channels or articles I found interesting. And I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.